Welcome back. I'll be staying out at my cabin until this place is ready for winter. At the moment I'm emptying every single thing out, checking to see if there's any mice living in there and to give it a really good cleaning. Can you believe all that came out of the cabin? I need to go through everything. And all this firewood came out of there too. So this cabin is completely cleaned out. Just a couple things left on the shelf. And I also noticed that there's a leak in the roof right there. So I gave my back a good 2-hour rest. Now it's time to put all the stuff back in the cabin. So now the cabin is all cleaned and organized. I actually found quite a few things that I forgot about. It's looking pretty good. I gotta wash all these pots and pans. They're all filthy. This one, from the roof leaking, it filled up with water and rusted, so I got to clean that out. And I still got to fix the roof. And I have a few pieces of roofing paper here, so see what I can do with that. And I brought out this little hobo stove so I can do some cooking outside just to save on firewood. And I forgot I already had one out here. So now we got a double burner hobo stove. So I forgot to mention that I'll be living off my pantry while I'm out here. So every now and then I get a question about how I get fresh air in the cabin so I don't suffocate in here. Well, right beside this window I have a hinged flap. And it's got a screen on the outside. And usually when I go to bed I crack this open, but I just can close it and lock it, and I'll show you what it looks like on the outside. And on the outside I have some mesh with a fine screen underneath it. Without this mesh, mice can just chew right through that, as you can see. And I also forgot to mention that I found this piece of eavestroughing in the spring. So I'm going to set this up so I can catch water during the winter when the snow melts off the roof. You can see that big hornet's nest over there. I don't think it's active, but I'm not going to kick it to find out. But they're really a good indicator on how much snow you'll get in the winter. If they're low to the ground, not a lot of snow. If they're high up in the tree, you'll get lots of snow. That's the weather lore anyways. And they also make pretty good tinder, the cones inside, once they're dry. And I'm actually charging my phone right now with this solar panel. Works good in the summer, but not so much in the winter. So here's my big haul from my garden. I just planted carrots and beets this year, and I think that if I was able to come out here and weed this garden, I probably would have done a lot better. I stashed my ladder last year, and it took quite a while to find it. But I climbed up to have a look at the roof here. I brought out a couple of books with me so I can brush up on my wild edibles. It's been a long time and I'm starting to forget things, so pretty soon I'm going to be going for a walk. I'm going to be picking up some raspberry leaves to dry to make tea later. And I got my bear spray here just in case. Right now, you know, there's a good chance to run into a black bear or a cougar, so you got to be careful. And this is my list of things I have to do yet. Wash dishes, pick and dry raspberry leaves, till the garden, cut firewood, fix the leak in the roof, install eavesdropping, and pick up my trail camera. So until I do all these things, I will be staying here. So I've made it to my little raspberry patch here. I'm just going to be collecting leaves. And I can see that these are dried up raspberries, so I want to make sure I'm picking the right plant. And there's my trail cam. Been out here since May. And the batteries are definitely dead. Well, it turns out the trail cam is still working, but I have 431 shots of leaves blowing in the wind. Doesn't look like I got anything. So I'm going to set this up and just leave it overnight and see if I capture anything. Good morning. I woke up at 6 this morning, quite chilly. I wasn't freezing, but I was just uncomfortable. I tried to go the whole night without lighting the wood stove, but I got it going now and just heating up some water. Well, the dishes didn't do themselves last night, so it looks like I got to do them. You can hear that crashing. Just saw a couple of big moose. Well, I tackled everything on my list except for one thing, and that is cut firewood. I went and did an inventory, and I have enough firewood for at least 4 trips, which is pretty good. A lot of people, when they watch my videos, they think I come out here and I have to cut wood to put into the wood stove right away, and that's not the case. I'm just always trying to stay ahead. Every trip I come out here, I'm always cutting firewood, whether I use it that time or not.